Hey, greetings. As we begin the 2021 Charge Conference season, I just want to thank you and your church's leadership for your faithfulness during these challenging times. To say the past year and a half has been hard would be certainly an understatement. I think we sort of all struggle with finding the right words to describe what we have lived through and continue to live in right now. But I appreciate all your efforts. As you plan your work in preparation for the next Charge Conference season, one of the things that you'll be happy to know is that most of the work has not changed significantly. The work that you've been doing the past 3 years has continued to shape and influence and refine the processes that we have been using. In order to access this year's Charge Conference information, there's actually going to be 3 ways that you can do that to make it easy. First, as you see displayed on your screen, every pastor should have received an email on August the 2nd, and it would have come from your district office about Charge Conference. And sort of the key elements are sort of highlighted here. It'll be a unique email from your district. It will have the subject line that you see displayed here about the 2021 Consolidated Charge Conference forms. It'll be, you can search for it by August the 2nd. Now, the very last thing that you see highlighted on this letter is a hyperlink, and this link will take you directly to your Charge Conference form for your church. Now, if you're if you're serving in a multi-point charge, you will receive a separate email for each church, and each of these links is unique and different. Okay, so this is one of the ways that you can do it. This email you can share with any of your church leadership who need to help you in this process, and it will allow them to log in. This will give them access to the church's dashboard where they can do that entry. The second way that you can access all this information is from the church dashboard. And once you click on this, you can go to this URL that you see displayed on the screen here. You will be able to access it there. This does require, if you don't have the email that I was just referring to, you do have to log in. And so you will have an email and a password that has previously been assigned. If you don't remember that, it has an information and directions there about if you need help signing in, just follow those steps and it'll send a confirmation email to the last one used. But if you have any trouble with that, you can contact your district office, but you should be able to take care of that second option on your own. The third and perhaps the easiest option for clergy members is to use your people portal. We have been building out capabilities on this over the last couple of years, and so this is another place that you can access each of these Charge Conferences forms. Now, on this example that you see displayed here, this particular clergy member is in a 2-point charge. And so they're able to see both of their church's information all in this one place. So you don't have to worry about the multiple emails or multiple logins. This will enable you to go directly to the forms that you'll need to complete for each of your churches. And again, it's important you would not want to share this login information with any of your church leadership because there's a lot of other personal information in this people portal. But if you're doing it yourself, then this is a great option, and this is the third way that you can do it. Finally, as one other point of reference, on the conference website at the URL that you see depicted here, which is a homepage /Charge Conference, you can always find the latest Charge Conference information. And while this won't take you directly to the forms that you need to fill out, this provides a good overview of the process for you and or your leadership who might be involved in this process. And so this is always available as a reference to you. Whichever method you use to access the forms, I just encourage you to very carefully read all the directions that you see on each of these pages. A number of the forms have been updated since last year based on feedback from you, and so we appreciate that. And so just be sure to read the directions very carefully. The most significant change this year in the process is that on the clergy compensation sheet, you will only be able to use the Excel form. That's the only one that's going to be available. We're not going to have the PDF option this year because that involved a number of calculation errors that people just made manually. So by using the Excel form, it'll take all that operator error out of the equation, so to speak. And so that's the only big change change that I would highlight to you. We have streamlined a number of things and making a few less requirements for you, which I think you'll appreciate. If you are new to this process, please go to the link with the video tutorials where you found this one. There's a handful of tutorials that'll take you step by step through these processes. A technique that I've heard some people use is they'll get on their computer, but then right beside them they'll have a laptop or an iPad, and they'll play the tutorial videos and just play and pause and then actually go back to the form, work on it, then click the tutorial, go to the next step, and just go back and forth that way. That's an option that some of you might find helpful in this process. Finally, I just want to thank you and for all the leadership in your churches that have done so much work during these challenging times as we're all seeking to be faithful to both our individual and collective callings and responsibilities. We're deeply appreciative. As always, your district office remains the place best prepared to help you with your questions. So if there's anything that you don't understand or that you're not clear on, please reach out to them, and I know they'll be glad to help you. Thank you very much.